Okay, so let's have a more detailed look now at the scroll itself. So we just power on, turn it around, and then press the lock button, drag it up, and it will open and onto the desktop. Now we have a customizable desktop with the standard status bar at the top. We have the Google search, and here we have 5 icons. These are just gallery, music, settings, browser, and for video. But we do have 3 home screens as well that we can customize and put whatever icons or application shortcuts or anything on there. If we scroll back, so we have gallery. Now if we're logged in to Google, the gallery will look at our, and you have a Picasa account on Google, it will actually go to the Picasa account and load up any of the images that you've got there automatically, which I think is quite cool. And again, if we want to go to any, we can just click on them, and we have this arrangement where we can flick through. Again, if we have any more, just go through like that. We go back and back again to get back to the browser setting. We also have the menu, which brings up, and now this allows us to add. You can see that to add to our home screen, so we can have shortcuts, any widgets that we have there, but also we can use put any folders that we use fairly often, or any wallpapers too that we want to put on there just to access immediately. The menu screen also gives us the option to change the wallpapers. We have the option to get a wallpaper from the gallery itself, use the live wallpapers, or use the wallpaper gallery of static images that they have. So we can just again scroll through these, find one that we like. Let's go for the jellyfish, set it as the wallpaper, and hey presto, there we go. As I mentioned, it has the G sensor in there, so we can just turn it around, stand it up a little bit, and then we have the option to work in portrait mode there. So if I click on this button here, we get to the applications screen. Now this shows all the pre-installed applications that come with the scroll. So we have the actual app installer itself, we have the browser, calculator, we have the calendar, camcorder and camera, we also have the clock, email, Facebook client, we have the ebook reader client, the gallery, music, settings, sound recorder, video, and the YouTube pre-installed viewer. The Amazon App Store is one I've put on. Again, it's just a way of being able to download apps. I sometimes use Amazon. So that is the install. That's the app screen. We can press that and it disappears back in there. So what I'm going to do now is quickly have a look at some of the settings options that we have. So now what we're going to do is look at the settings screen. So we just simply click on here, and we can see the first thing, wireless and networks. Now setting up a wireless connection is really easy, Just click on there, we get our Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi settings options. Click on the settings, and here we have our list of SSIDs that it's automatically picked up, and we can find the one that is ours if we want to. Now I've got mine set up here as etc21, which is connected. I can go down here, and if we're setting up a new one, in fact, we can just go add Wi-Fi network, and we have here the option of adding a network SSID and selecting the security, and also adding the password. Really simple. Put those in, you're away. Honestly, it takes 5 minutes. It's really good for this. Now I'll cancel this. Really easy to set up. Can't say say that enough actually. We can also here for now this says no mobile networks. It does not come with a the option or ability to put a SIM card in. So basically this is not used. And you can set up a VPN as well if you like. So we'll go back again. Sound and display options, again, can click on there. And we have a whole host of different options in here. Again, if we want to go to silent mode, volume, change different ringtones, it's all available through this setting. Screen orientation, everything that you need. It's very good for that. Even here we have this option, HDMI setting, where we can actually set the different HDMI details that we want to be able to use. Here we'll cancel that. This again, UI settings, we can set the actual interface, the screen resolution on here as well. Brightness we can do, and also the screen timeout before it turns off, so we can adjust the delay there. So we're on here on 2 minutes, we can take it down to 10 minutes, and we go back to here. We have our options for the accounts. Now this is one if you have a Gmail or any other account where you would use this. I have my Gmail account in here, and also it can say about any background data that we want to upload, and do that in the, we can do it in the background, and it gives us options there too of how to set that up. So again, one thing about doing things in the background is it does consume battery, and because it's always going, so you have to be careful about that. Again, you can add more accounts. We can add a corporate account here, Facebook and Google, for instance. Go back again. Our privacy options, we can actually use the My Location. Again, this doesn't have GPS, but it will use the Google standard repository for trying to work out whereabouts your location is. And you can this is the other place where you'll do a factory data reset as well, if you want to reset the information back. We can look at the SD card. As I said, no SD card comes with it, but you can put up to 32 gig in here, which is pretty good. So you can actually have almost a 40 gig memory in there, or space. So that gives you all that information. Here, language and keyboard, we have you can set the keyboard and also your Android keyboard that you'll use for inputting, which I'll show you soon. It gives you things like, you know, sound when you press the keys, suggestions, autocomplete, that sort of thing. Fairly cool, fairly standard. It is very, obviously it's Android, so that's a really good thing. If you have an Android smartphone, you're pretty well spec'd up to the fact that it's all, you know, going to be familiar to you. So they are the settings. Again, it's one of those things that you tend to sort of play around with, all of these things, to have a look and see how they work. We go back to the desktop. So now what I want to show you is the inbuilt browser, and to have a look at how we get with internet connectivity and such forth. So again, simple, let's just click browser, and up it pops. Now this is set to go directly into Google. If you want to do a search for anything, let's say I'm going to search for my favourite program, Top Gear. So I click in there, and we get the Android keyboard coming up. Really good, I like this because very, very easy. It's very nicely spaced out, and we do have a lot of space. Obviously, it's a bit different when we go into landscape mode here, but very, very clear. I'm going to put it back into landscape mode again. So in here now, I can type in Top Gear, and again, as with most, you can hear we have Top Gear, and we just press go at the bottom here. And as you can see, pretty quickly we get a response. Now it defaults to Google Mobile. You can change that to Classic if you want to as well. So we can click on to our Top Geared link, and it's pretty good. If I want to scroll through, I can do, and like this. It's a good size. It's certainly far better for looking at web pages than my smartphone, and it's a lot less stressful on the eyes as well. So I really like it for that. Now with these as well, I have to say that I like using the pen or the stylus, however you want to call it, because I just like using pens. I think at that level of touch, and we can zoom in as well into sections and zoom back out again, or double tap and we'll zoom in. So that is the browser, and fairly good actually. I quite like it. It does the job. Yeah.